Pennsylvania is one of the biggest political battlegrounds in the country, and already you've probably seen our airwaves. They're just flooded with campaign ads. But it's not just candidates pouring in money.
No, super PACs from across the country are spending millions in our home to sway your vote. Tonight, the NBC 10 investigators are pulling back the curtain on the cash. And investigative reporter Danny Freeman follows the money.
Listen, we know it feels like there are a million candidates running for U.S. Senate and governor in Pennsylvania right now. But tonight, we're not talking about the candidates or the campaigns. We're talking about super PACs, political action committees that sound kind of like this.
Honor Pennsylvania.
American Leadership Action is
responsible for the content of this advertising.
These groups aren't affiliated with any campaigns, and they can raise and spend unlimited amounts of money. In fact, in Pennsylvania, over $9 million have already been spent by super PACs this year alone. And we found the biggest spenders aren't even from Pennsylvania. According to campaign finance records that we pulled, 3 of the highest spending super PACs so far in Pennsylvania this cycle are from Houston, Texas, Arlington, Virginia, and Beverly, Massachusetts. Now, I should say, we reached out to all 3 for interviews. 2 said no. 1 never got back to us. But when we take a closer look at the files, let's say, for example, at Honor Pennsylvania, based in Texas, they only have 7 reported donors, none of them from the Commonwealth. And much of it might be what you'd expect, a hedge fund billionaire from Chicago, a venture capitalist from San Francisco. But sometimes you can't even see a name. Take this donor right here. On New Year's Eve, this number-named donor gave $100,000 to Honor Pennsylvania. Now, the LLC is based in Santa Monica, but the address led us to a P.O. box. But campaign finance records shows that same P.O. box has been used by Robert Bobby Kotick. Bobby Kotick is the CEO of Activision. Sure enough, a spokesperson confirmed the number-named donor belongs to Kotick, saying he donated to the PAC to support a very close friend, and, quote, Mr. Kotick contributes to Democratic and Republican candidates. And for perspective, according to the ad tracking firm Ad Impact, Honor Pennsylvania has reserved nearly $4 million in TV, digital, and radio ads in the coming weeks.
Morally, should that much money be spent on a race? That's not my question. The question is, do you want to win, yes or no?
To understand more about the money behind the PACs, we spoke with Paul Martino, a venture capitalist from Bucks County. During the pandemic, he created his own PAC to inject hundreds of thousands of dollars into local school board races to fight COVID shutdowns. Now, he's still running that PAC, but he also cut a check for $100,000 to a separate out-of-state PAC that's focused on the Pennsylvania U.S. Senate race. Doesn't money flowing in from other places only ensure that the wealthiest have influence in other people's homes?
No, not necessarily at all. You see a lot of races that are out of state that have tremendous numbers of $20 donors. $10 donors.
Martino argues, especially when there are local competitive races that have national stakes, all donors, small and large, should be able to participate.
And even though you're 3,000 miles away, why should you be shut out of the political process because you happen to live in a zip code in which your money can't possibly do anything?
So if you have money, you're going to send it to Pennsylvania, basically.
Oh, I definitely think so. And I think that's on the Democrat and the Republican side.
John Lipinski is the director of elections for NBC News. He said this will be an unprecedented year when it comes to midterm spending in the Commonwealth.
I would say in the Senate primary race alone, we'll see, well over $100 million.
So you can expect more millions, more PACs, more ads ahead. And as more cash flows in, we'll follow the money. For the investigators, Danny Freeman, NBC 10 News.